Good afternoon. My name is Jackman, better known as Nesquik and Chill. Today I have with me mid laner Fridge. How are you doing today?
I am doing pretty well. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
Doing great, no problem, anytime. I'll be asking you some questions about your team going into playoffs. Uh, how do you feel going forward regarding playoffs?
I feel like obviously the season was a little inconsistent for us, a little bit up and down. We had some really, really good games and some obviously not so good ones. So I feel pretty good about being able to compete with any of the teams in playoffs if we show up. So I think it could work to our advantage because maybe some teams will underestimate us then. I know we're capable of competing if we show up. So.
Okay. See here. How do you here? Who does a lot of the shot calling, objective focus, team decisions in game?
So it's kind of hybridy. Um, it just kind of depends on the situation a little bit, but between like myself and Dewey was throughout the early to mid part of the season.
Hmm.
Um, and we've been toying around with the roster a little bit in the later part of the season, so it's kind of been shuffling around a little bit to different people and just trying things out. So,
Okay. How did the team eventually come together, and how do y'all fit in game?
well, actually, I've been in the league here for since season one,
Oh, really?
and so yeah, Dewey, Aether came in season 2 or 3,
Hmm.
and Dewey was a top laner. I was a top laner at the time. We played against each other, and um, I always got along with the guys, and I guess never really actually played a lot with them, but always
Hmm.
kind of got along with them, and had a lot of respect for Dewey as a top lane opponent. And
Very
when the
cool.
team I was on last season kind of decided not to do the league this season, I was
Hmm.
like, "Well, you guys got a spot?" And kind of
Very cool.
happened that way. So we all get along pretty well. So
Very cool. Very cool. On your team, who do you consider the team's MVP this season?
that's actually a good question because we've been inconsistent. We've all had some good games and some bad games, and
For sure.
some people have come, some people have gone. Um, so I mean, I would say it's either me or Dewey, just solely based on the fact that we've been there the whole season,
Hmm.
and like our current bot lane has really only been there for 3 weeks now, I think it is.
Okay.
And so yeah, I would say one of us two. That's the case.
So going back to the season, what are your thoughts of how the season went for you guys? Did you perform better than you expected or worse?
Overall, I think we performed worse than we expected, but I don't think. I think there are definitely a lot of positives to take away from this season because I think a lot of our missed performances were bad communication early on in the season,
Okay.
um, and just not necessarily being on the same page all the time.
Okay.
So I think we're in an okay spot still. Just I think we underperformed overall.
I will say, since you do have Rift in your division, you guys are one of the only teams to knock them out basically twice. How do you feel about having that confidence going into this team again for the third time if you continue on?
Well, I think obviously it shows that we can compete.
Hmm.
So I feel pretty good about that. Um, and I mean, I think we're all versatile players,
Hmm.
and we got some things that we haven't pulled out yet that we can easily use. So I think I feel pretty confident about going into that.
All right. What was your favorite moment for the season so far, relating to your team or to a different team?
Question. Favorite moment for the season.
Yeah, like throughout the entire season, what was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment. I mean,
It can be like a highlight or whatever.
God, that's a good question. Unfortunately, this was not. I believe was not a streamed game.
Hmm.
Actually, now that I think of it, I know it was not a streamed game.
Hmm.
But just for me specifically, I remember just landing a really insane Oriana ultimate in one of our team fights
Okay.
early on in the season, and we just won the team fight and pushed and won the game. So that's one that comes to mind. But
Let's add some spice to this. Uh, as you know, I do type a lot in Duo, and I do prefer the spiciness of some conversations.
fair.
Were any teams way easier to beat than you initially thought? If so, which ones and why do you think it?
I'm not going to say that any team was really easy to beat. I think again, inconsistencies with us. I mean, put us in a spot where I'm not really in a spot to trash talk anyone
Okay,
here. Um, but I
respectable.
mean, I would say we don't really underestimate any of the teams we go up against, no matter where they are in the standings. So
Okay,
um, yeah, I don't think there were any that were really easier than any others to beat. It's just a matter of whether or not we showed up.
all right. Few more questions. The first one's going to be who flames the most on your team and who gets flamed the most?
well, I well between me and DeWay, we kind of like troll flame, I
Okay,
guess, but
banter
not like
flame, yeah.
yeah, I just kind of friendly banter. But um, just I don't know. We all kind of flame each other, I guess, and I don't know. I don't think anyone's really more of a flamer than any of the other ones.
Okay, okay. Lastly, is there anything you want to say before ending?
Just I'm hoping we show up and play our game, and best of luck to everyone. I'm excited for playoffs coming up, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
All right. And thank you for being the one and only to respond to me for this interview. I appreciate it. Thank you for making it easy for me and
Yeah,
enjoyable.
thanks again for having me.
Of course. So I wish you best of luck in your bracket, and who knows, it might be Soul versus AE. So who knows?
All right, thanks.
No problem. Peace out.